stories of what you've been through. I know it's difficult. I know that every time you have to speak about things that you've gone through, it's like you have to relive it. So it's difficult sometimes to tell your story. The thing about it is, if you don't tell your story, you take a chance of someone else rewriting your real life experiences, things that you have literally gone through, and that's really sad to say. I've gone through so many things. I've gone through so much. You guys see that one of my playlists is My Life is Like a Movie. But I said my life is like a movie because it's actually my real, authentic life. These are things that I've gone through. These are things that I have somehow, some way, with the grace of the Most High, made it out of. These are things that I am still going through. I stay in my lane and I don't bother anybody. I keep to myself. I do not affiliate myself with a bunch of people. I just stay to myself, by myself. And I just look to the Most High for everything, I don't look outside of myself. I don't have an entourage of friends. I don't have any of that. It's just me. So I stay in my lane. And the purpose of me making this page was because I've gone through so many horrific things that if I could help just one person not experience what I've experienced in the slightest way, I was willing to do that. I was willing to be vulnerable and come on here and share my experiences. I was willing to follow the Most High's direction to share my experiences because there are more people than just me who experiences these horrific things. The things that I've gone through is not a joke. It's not a game. It's not something that I put out there for popularity. It's not something that I put out there for subscribers or likes or clicks or clout or any of that crap. If that were the case, then I would put out more videos a lot more often. I would probably be doing things for shock value and all the things that other YouTubers are doing to grow their channel or make their channel pick up in the algorithm. I have to put videos out according to what I'm guided to do. I have to put videos out according to if I'm able to talk about that. I don't come on camera a lot because sometimes I'm emotional while I'm speaking about the things that I go through. And I don't want to be on camera just falling out, crying and my nose running. Yes, I believe in being my authentic self, but I don't want to make a fool of myself, Yes, I'm willing to be vulnerable, but I have limitations to a certain degree. And I figured one day, I'm sure, it'll just happen. But I don't set out to show all of my emotions. It's difficult enough just sharing my experiences. And please, disregard the clinking around in the background. They're doing construction next door, so just please work with me because I'm really not going to do a whole lot of editing with this video. Listen, guys, I experience several emotions like everybody else. I'm not always happy-go-lucky. I'm not always laughing, smiling, joking around. Sometimes I get sad, sometimes I get lonely, sometimes I get angry, Right now I have mixed emotions. And that's because when it comes to my life story, I am the only one who can tell my life story. I am the only one who have gone through these experiences. I didn't see these experiences on a TV show. I didn't see these experiences in a movie. I didn't research these experiences. I didn't hijack these experiences. These are my authentic experiences that it is extremely difficult sometimes to share it, you know. I know, I'm pretty sure if you think about sharing your story and being vulnerable with others, if you think about that, the first thing you think about is somebody making fun of you, you know, making fun of your story, making fun of your pain. And I know because I experienced that. I experienced what that felt like to try to wonder what people were going to think, you know. Of course, knowing that people are going to think that I'm crazy because the things that I've gone through are just so outrageous that you can't help but think that, is she going crazy? You know, no, I'm not even a little bit. These are things that I actually have gone through. These are things that I am currently going through. It's just that I have courage, you know? It's just that I have more courage than anybody ever thought that I had. And the other part of it is I knew that anybody who was part of my story would have to take accountability for the part that they played, and individuals that I've come into contact with throughout my life struggle with taking accountability for the part that they play in things. I think it's a disgusting thing for anybody to ever make a mockery of someone's story, you know? Again, I'll be honest, I'm kind of pissed right now, you know? And I'm just being transparent about that because I'm the one who has to deal with the trauma that I've gone through. I'm the one who has to deal with flashbacks of things that happened. I'm the one to this very moment who is still fighting to stay alive. I'm the one to this very moment who is still being hunted. I'm the one to this very moment that others are still trying to tell my story. You know, it's weird because when I left home, I had to leave with just one suitcase and a bag, and that was it. All of my possessions I had to leave behind. And, you know, I was always one to write a lot of things down, which is the reason why I do not write things down now. I write down things that, you know, I don't want to forget. But important things, those are in my mind. You know, I don't forget anything anymore. But I've left behind things when I left home, diaries, journals, things that I've gone through, calendars, things about my therapy, things that I've experienced. I've written all these things down. I don't know what happened to all my things when I left, you know, but something just tells me that all of my personal experiences and thoughts, they've been manipulated, you know, they've been hijacked, they've been fraudulently confiscated. And it's crazy because I don't know how anyone could take somebody's life story and make it into a mockery. You know, when my content was being plagiarized at one point, the videos that I make, I was flattered at first, you know, because people don't plagiarize something that they don't feel is talented, you know, they don't plagiarize something that they don't respect. So I was kind of flattered, for lack of a better word. But when it comes down to my experiences, the things that have put me in a position to where I've cried for months, these things that people have put me through to where I've considered taking my own life, these things that people put me through to where they are trying to take my life, they try to gang stalk me, they do a smear campaign, and all of this is why I'm the one, and all of this is because I'm the one who wants to tell my own story. Why? Because someone else out there maybe haven't gone through everything that I've gone through, but someone else out there have gone through some of the things that I've gone through, and they need to know that someone understands. They need to know that you can make it out. They need to know that even when it looks like you're at the end of your rope, just hold on. It's a slap in my face to use my personal traumas that I've gone through as content. No good intent involved, because if there were any good intent, you would think that if anyone wants to speak on my life story, then you would have to speak with me. You would have to actually connect with me so that I can be able to tell my life story to you. You cannot pretend to be me and just tell my story and play the role of me. This is my real life. This is not a movie role. These are things I say again and again that I have gone through. These are things that I am going through. How disrespectful is that? I mean, if you've ever been in a position to where you've gone through depression behind the traumas that you've been through, you've gone through anxieties, you've gone through bouts of wanting to take your own life because you were so overwhelmed with so many people just trying to end your life, so many people following you everywhere you go. I left the country and I'm still being followed. It takes a certain kind of person or certain kinds of people to literally make a complete mockery of your life, make a complete mockery of what you've gone through, make a mockery of your traumas, your pain, your tears, the hurt, the loneliness, the backstabs. They take your life and they make it into some kind of freaking clout grab or whatever. I don't use my life for clout. How can anybody else use my life for clout? You know, I don't understand people nowadays. I don't understand the obsession with popularity, you know? And if you are an individual who is obsessed with popularity, would you not have to find your own lane and be popular for something that has everything to do with you? You would have to be a monster, in my opinion. You would have to be a monster, in my opinion, to use someone's life of trauma. And I haven't spoke about not even a third of the things that I've gone through. But if you look on my page, you can see the horrific things that I've gone through. You can't just take that and make a mockery out of it. What kind of monster does that? What kind of monster does that? What kind of monster take your pain turn it into their profit. Your pain equals their profit. And then want to eliminate you so they could walk in your shoes and play the role as if those were their experiences. Play the role as if the hurt that I went through, as if they felt that hurt, as if they know what it feels like to want to end your life, as if they know what it feels like to be stalked, to be hunted, to be betrayed, as if they know what it feels like to have to do it all by yourself, with all the odds stacked against you. I am disgusted. I am disgusted. But I had to come on here because you know what? Like I said, I stay in my lane, so I'm oblivious to certain things. I don't care how much you're tapped in. I don't care how many multiple ways you have a connection with the Most High, and that is no disrespect to the Most High. But nobody knows everything. No one. I don't care who you are. I'm most certainly included in that. So there's tons of things I'm just not aware of. I don't search out to see things, and I don't search out to see what other people are doing. I just stay in my lane and pay attention to me. But now I understand the obsession with my energy. Now I understand the obsession with my life. Because there's only room for one me on this planet. Just like it's only room for one any of you on this planet. And apparently there's the authentic me, which is me sitting right here, and then there's a copycat of me. And apparently my life is wanted that bad to where the best thing to do is to take over my life, I guess, and erase me. But you haven't gone through the things that I've gone through. You can't portray like you've gone through the things that I've gone through, because if that's the case, by all means, let's sit side by side and answer some questions about the things that we've gone through. I'm the only one who experienced that. I'm the only one who can answer the questions. Now I see why certain people keep up with my videos. They don't keep up with my videos so I can maybe inspire them to keep going. They keep up with my videos for their content. You can't play as if you're me unless you are keeping up with me. The funny thing about that is, how dare anybody want to profit off of my pain? So basically, I had to go through the pain and you just get to profit off the pain. And you're not even trying to help anybody. You're not trying to help anyone. You're self-absorbed. You're just trying to profit. And you don't even have the decency to say anything to me about hijacking my life, hijacking my personal things that I wrote down about the things that I've gone through. I take a big risk putting myself out there, being vulnerable with these horrific things that I have gone through, with these horrific things that I go through every single day, current date included. Real time, I am still going through this. So please understand that. Be careful out there, guys. First of all, I do recommend you tell your story, because if you don't, someone is going to rewrite your story. Someone is going to take your pain and profit off of it. And then want to get rid of you. How dare somebody do something like that? That's more than wrong. That's disgusting. I tell you what, guys. I'm going to continue to tell my story. The real story. The things that I have actually gone through. Things that I live every day. Things that I've gone through. Things that I'm still going through. And I will never allow anybody to take that away from me. Never. I may have been oblivious for quite some time, but I do believe that the Most High reveals things to you in divine timing, you know? So once things are revealed to you in divine timing, you deal with it the way you need to deal with it, in a divine fashion. That's what I think. The things that people do nowadays, it's disgusting. It is disgusting. You can't tell my story without having gone through the things that I've gone through. There is only one me. There is only one me. It doesn't matter who feels like they are maybe something close to me or maybe this or that. There is only one me. Just like there's only one you, there's only one me. And as weird as it is that I have to say this, someone cannot get angry because I choose to be me. Usually, the only time you want somebody to be a different version of you, a better version of you, is when you have kids. But there's no way in the world, all the things that I've gone through, all the pain that I've experienced, all the trauma. Oh my God, I have gone through so much. It is out of this world. There's no way in the world I would ever let anybody make a mockery of that. I'm stronger than people think. And I'm going to prove that. Tell your stories, guys, so no one else can.